and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a fall makeup tutorial and it's got a little bit colder here in the UK now, so I thought I'd do something a bit more fall appropriate. And I'm looking quite a lot different now than what I do in the tutorial because I forgot to film my intro and outro yesterday when I filmed it, which is stupid of me. So I thought I'd pop on today and say that I hope you like it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you do, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see today's tutorial, which isn't this, then keep watching. For foundation today, I'm going to use the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, and I'm using the shade NC25 at the moment because I have fake tanned a little bit. And I'm going to apply that with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And I'm not a massive fan of this foundation, to be honest, because I have got quite dry skin, so I don't think it really suits my skin type that well. And it is quite a thick foundation as well, and it can be a bit uncomfortable for me sometimes to wear. But I do really like the coverage. For concealer, I'm going to use this Healthy Mix Concealer by Bourjois, and I always forget that I've got this, which is why I never use it, but it's a really nice concealer. And because it's in a squeeze out tube, I'll just squeeze them on the back of my hand, and then I like to apply it with this brush, which is by So Eco, and it's an eye shading brush. And this is quite a thick concealer as well, so try not to be too heavy-handed. And with any excess when I'm blending under my eye, I'm just going to wipe that over the lid. To set the concealed areas, I'm going to use the MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm using the shade NC20. And I'm not using any translucent powder today because my skin under the eyes is so dry at the moment. I don't need hardly any powder there, so I'm just going to use a tiny amount of this. I'm going to use a cream bronzer to start today, and I'm using this only to slightly contour and then to start warming up the face. And I'm using the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel cream bronzer, and I'm just taking that on this Real Techniques contour brush. I absolutely love the shade of this cream bronzer. It's really nice on me, and I've got quite fair skin. And it just looks really natural, especially if you're not wearing any makeup one day and you just wear a little bit of this. It makes a huge difference. And for powder bronzer, I'm using some of the Benefit Hoola. I like to sort of emphasise my contour with this bronzer because it's a little more cooler in tone than my other one. And then finally, to warm up the face, I'm using the MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm taking that on this little Bare Minerals brush. I wanted to do something a little bit more grungy today because it has sort of turned into winter now, so I wanted to do something a little bit more fall appropriate. And I'm going to use the Eyeshadow palette from Kylie Cosmetics, and these have got some really nice dark browns and they're all matte new enough as well, so I'm going to use that today. The first shade that I'm going to pick up is the very middle one, which is the more orangey toned one, and I'm just going to run this into my crease. I want this to act as a transition shade. And I want the lid to be quite dark today, so I'm going to use this paint pot Paint Pot from MAC, and it's in the shade Groundwork, and it's just a really nice brown as a base for your eyeshadow. And I'm just using a little lip brush to apply this all over the lid. And I'm also going to use this little brush to apply a tiny bit along the lash line. Then I'm going to apply this shadow all over the paint pot. And I'm going to start blending the same shade up into the crease. I'm also taking that same shade and running that along this lower lash line. And then I'm also going to take some of this dark reddish brown, and I'm using that just in the outer corners to make that a little bit darker. And then again, I'm going to take the pencil brush again and just apply some of that darker shadow right on the outer corner. And to keep it all matte around the eyes, I'm going to use this lighter shade here to highlight. And I'm just taking a small amount to highlight the inner corners. And also a little bit under the brow bone. I'm going to line the eyes using my Maybelline black gel liner, which I always use, and I'm going to try and do just a soft wing today. We'll see how that turns out in a second, but I just don't want the wing to be too thick, so we'll see if we can tame it down a little bit today. Okay, now I'm going, and I've dropped it as usual. Now I'm going to take the Costa Riche eye pencil, and I'm just going to line all of the waterline with this, so the top and the bottom. And I'm going to try and not make stupid faces as I do it. And I'm also going to smudge a tiny amount of this just onto the lash line in the outer corners. And then I'm just going to use this pencil brush to buff that out. Honestly, can't not open my mouth when I'm blending anything along here. I always make the stupidest faces. Now moving on to mascara, and I would usually curl my lashes first, but I've actually broken my eyelash curler, so I need to get a new one. So we're just moving straight on to mascara. I'm using this one by Revlon, and it's the Dramatic Definition one. I don't usually like mascaras with plastic ones, but there's a few now that I really like, and this one I feel like I can keep applying and my lashes won't get clumpy. So while my mascara dries, I'm going to get my false lashes ready, and today I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies lashes, which you guys know are my favourite. And today I'm using ones that I've customised already, and I've just applied some of the little cluster lashes, the medium and short, just along the outer corner to make them a little bit more fuller and a little bit longer as well. And I'm just going to really quickly apply them off camera, so I'll be back in one sec. Okay, so that side's done, so let's move on to lips, and I wanted to do quite a bold lip today. So I'm first going to line and fill them in with the MAC Spice lip pencil. And then over the top of that, I'm going to apply some of the MAC Diva Lipstick. Okay, now even though we've applied all mattes, I do feel like I need some highlight on, and I'm just going to use this more golden shade here. I'll never feel complete unless I've got my highlight on. So that finishes off today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything specific you want to see on my channel over this autumn and winter, then please leave that down in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did like it, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!